Hello, darlings. Welcome to Plug In Live with Weslee Lauder, your favorite Auntie Wes. Let me take my mask off. Hey, because we live with that mask life. Remember, everyone, you can purchase masks at Plug-in Theatre, and 50% of the proceeds go to Waiting in the Wings, darlings. Anyway, hello, angels. I hope you're all well. Say hello, Matt. Hi, Alyssa, darling. Anyway, we are going to be chatting to LAMTA tonight on College Conversations. We're chatting to LAMTA about what they contribute and offer to students who want to be for students who want to study live performance at one of the musical theatre colleges around South Africa. Anyway, we're waiting for a few more people to join. If you're interested, please have a watch. If you're not interested, stay. We love the company. And let's wait for more people to join, and let's wait for wonderful LAMTA Live to join the conversation as well. Hi, Duane, darling. Hello, everyone. We're going to be chatting to Duane Alexander and Anton, who head up LAMTA in Cape Town, and I'm very excited to chat to them. So let's have a quick chat, and then let's gig, kids. Hello. Stunning. Hi there, everyone. Hello. Last week we chatted Duane and Anton. Hi.
Hello. Hi. How are you, Wes?
Well, thanks, and there is a little bit of a connection issue, which is not what happened this morning, but unfortunately, here in Joburg, we're fighting load shedding.
Oh, Lordy. I'm sorry.
How joyous.
Sorry.
So it's incredibly joyous. I'm very sorry. I must apologize to you. I must apologize to all of the people who might be watching, that if this is a bit of a terrible connection, there's nothing we can do about it right now.
Absolutely no worries. You know what? Should we disconnect and reconnect and see if that helps?
Amazing. Let's go for it.
All right. Give me a sec.
Okay. So we just quickly disconnected from Duane and Anton. And we're going to be with them now. But hello, everyone who's joining. Hi there. I see all your gorgeous faces. Matthew Lotter. Hello, Tamara Orts. Hi, everyone. So if you have any burning questions or any questions whatsoever that you'd like to ask LAMTA Academy, you're more than welcome to pop them here when we interview them in a few moments. But let's find out about LAMTA and what LAMTA does. And if you're interested in joining LAMTA, you can obviously chat to them. I'm just going to wait for them to join us. How's your lockdown going, everyone? I am unfortunately drinking a glass of Coke. No, this Coke. Zero. My Coke is actually grape Coke. Let's see. Is this better?
You do seem a bit clearer. Are we cool? Are we clear?
Yes, you're far clearer. Anyway, let's give it a go. And if it's terrible, we'll just stop and we'll go again.
I'm just going to turn the volume up a tad. You know why you're a bit soft, but you're good. Hi, Wes.
Anyway, hello.
Hi, Wes. How looks like a very delicious glass of red something.
Where's mine?
Yes, Coke Zero.
Sure.
Yes. Listen, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us with College Conversations. We're very excited. Plug-in Theatre and Plug-in Live is excited to chat to many of the colleges in and around South Africa to find out sort of what they do in a virtual way because of COVID and lockdown, what they could offer if there are any prospective students out there that potentially want to study at a musical theatre academy or whatever, So it's just a little platform to give people an opportunity to listen to what you potentially have to offer. So thank you for joining us.
Well, and thank you for inviting us, and thank you for this platform. It's so helpful because there are so many students out there who are matriculating or in grade 11. They're like, what do I do? Where do I go? And it's great for them to have this kind of like access.
Absolutely, Thank you. So, and that's what we thought at Plug-in Theatre. We were like, let's just chat online if people have access. Amazing. Anyway, let's get straight into it. LAMTA.
Yes.
Tell us about it. Where is it situated?
So we are above the Theatre on the Bay in Cape Town, which is obviously just one of the most beautiful venues possible. Location-wise, you couldn't actually ask for more. And in fact, we've had many visitors from overseas and around the world come in and say, like, there is not a college in the world that has to, could be as beautiful as this. It is just unbelievable. So we're very, very lucky. We're very fortunate to have this beautiful space above the Theatre on the Bay, which is also a huge coup for us because we get to use the Theatre on the Bay stage, you know, 3 times a year for our own productions. We have a synergy with the people who come into the theatre and do the productions there. You know, they come upstairs and they do masterclasses with us. So, yeah, there are so many beautiful benefits to being in this beautiful strip that, you know, looks like a stretch out of Miami. I'm afraid it is dark already outside, otherwise I would boast our beautiful view, and it is worth boasting about. It is just picturesque, you know, on a beautiful sunny day. Sometimes we go out there and we take jogs up the promenade as warm-ups, or we do a bit of ballet bar, you know, and very often, especially in the summer, at the end of a hard day's work, our students, you know, put on their swimming costumes and they dive in the tidal pool. It's really, we're very, very blessed to have such a beautiful facility in such a prime location.
I've been very lucky. I know exactly what you're talking about. I haven't been lucky enough to visit LAMTA, but I know exactly where it is. So I can only imagine how beautiful doing a young Ponche would be staring at the ocean and the sunrise. I mean,
we get some strange looks, but we embrace them all. You know, we get, you know, people walking their dogs going like, what is this yoga class going on in this grass patch with, you know,
absolutely
20 youngers? But yeah, it's yeah, like I said, we feel very blessed to be in such a beautiful space. We acknowledge that, you know, yeah, not everyone has the luxury of beautiful, you know, 6 beautiful studios above the theatre with this kind of view in this location, you know, a string of restaurants and coffee shops on our doorstep. We're really lucky.
So with that said, Duane, thank you. Anton, maybe if you could tell us a little bit about what makes LAMTA different to other colleges.
Yeah, sure. Look, I think, you know, off the top of my head, obviously, as Duane mentioned, location is one thing. The second thing I'd say is a personal experience. You know, we choose only 20 students every year,
wow.
Preferably 10 boys and 10 girls. And we're very, very focused on personal one-on-one training. We're far interested in the kind of voice that you want to bring as an artist to the industry. We're far interested in finding out where your heart lies, how you want to change, what makes you an individual. So I think what the second thing I can say is a personal experience. It's about how many people are in the class, how many people are getting individual, undivided attention from the lecturers. I would also say our triple threat training. You know, if you come to LAMTA, you do everything. You're in ballet class, you're singing for industry professionals, you're in the acting classes, you're learning tap. So it's not a case of, well, you know, you can follow a musical theatre module, you can follow a dance module. So we're very, very interested in creating triple threat performers who will do everything from Shakespeare to Athol Fugard. Our sort of, you know, we've always said our ethos is that everything you do here has acting at the heart of it. Whether you're singing, whether you're dancing, it's about the story that you're telling. So we're very focused on creating actors that can do everything in every genre. Another thing I'd say is our lecturers and our facilities. We have 6 incredible studios that are filled with some of the most remarkable lecturers. I mean, we've got professors here that have worked in the industry for 50 years teaching at different facilities. And we also then have industry people who are working in the industry now who are sharing their skills. So we've got an eclectic bunch of people who, you know, whose experience ranges from old school to what is happening now. And the final thing I'd say that I think sets us apart is our program. We're very focused on moving away from there's one mode of doing things, there's one style of doing something. What's important to us is that our students have a big fat toolbox that's super deep, that at the end of the day, they can go into the industry and say, I can do this, I can do that, I can pull from my toolbox because I learned different techniques, I learned different styles. We don't say, you know, we have an ethos, we know what we believe in, we know what our program should teach, but within that, we want to teach different styles and different ideas so that, you know, you don't go into an audition and go, oh dear, like I never learned about this, so I don't know how to handle this style, or nobody ever showed me how to do that. So it really is a combination of all those 5 things.
So you were speaking about industry related, so industry, people from the industry that lecture, etc., etc., etc. But I want to know, do your students experience the industry, or do they have sort of any industry experience while studying at LAMTA? Like work integrated learning?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, as I mentioned earlier, we're above the Theatre on the Bay, so our relationship automatically has us, you know, having direct contact with actors, directors, choreographers, technical people, you know, who we all, and a large part of our structure here is that we have our core lecturers who teach the regular subjects and give everyone, you know, a sound, solid technique and all the different disciplines. But we also have a bevy of guest speakers and guest lecturers and guest modules, you know. So if we have Peter Dirk Ace downstairs doing his show, you know, we invite him up here and he does, you know, 2 or 3 sessions with our students about whatever, creating your own shows, you know, storytelling, even just giving us some insight into how he, you know, started out, where he did all his protest theatre at the Market Theatre, you know, just giving us a little background about his story. So, I mean, he's one example. But we're very lucky that we've got access to such a wide range of performers, some of them local, some of them international, and they come and share with our students, and they're also willing to share. This is what we find so amazing, is the generosity of the professionals in the industry, you know, to give back and to share with the students their experience, guide them, mentor them, advise them. So, so from that point of view, we do have a lot of integrated learning and professional experience. And on occasion, when certainly this opportunity allows itself, we have our students working in the theatre, whether it's in the front of house, whether it's possibly box office, backstage. I mean, for the producers that was here recently, we had a team of 8 students who rotated and were the dressers on producers. And earlier last year, we had some of our graduating students participate in a production. It was called For Love. It was sort of an extract of different scenes, you know, about relationships and couples that a small troupe of actors from the UK brought across, that they needed some small walk-on parts. And so our students in, you know, the first 6 months of their training were on our Theatre on the Bay stage, making their professional debut, I guess. And, you know, those kind of opportunities present themselves quite regularly because of our proximity to the theatre.
Would you say that this is sort of one of the things that are helping you prepare your students for the industry if they want to go into musical theatre or theatre and performance? What are the other things you do to assist learners or those who study at LAMTA, students? What else do you do to assist them with being properly prepared for the industry? I mean, Anton, you spoke obviously about the toolbox and making sure that you have all the right tools, different tools that you use at the drop of a hat. Duane, you're speaking about, you know, them being part of productions that obviously teaches them how to be in the industry or what it means to be in the industry from a backstage perspective or doing walk-on roles and such. You know, so how else are you preparing students for our industry?
Yeah, good question.
You know what, I think nothing beats up-to-date, real-world training. You know, to know what is happening in the global village that is our industry. And, you know, LAMTA might be sort of going into its 3rd year next year, but it's been in the making for 10 years. And, you know, Duane and I, since we have been in the industry, we're still in the industry. You know, Duane and I are often behind audition tables. We are often find ourselves resident directors and choreographers on shows. We have a very close relationship to people like Peter Turin and Hazel Feltman. We have fantastic colleagues like yourself from all, you know, all walks of life who are in the industry, who are performers that understand what it is that is currently the pulse of the industry. And as far as we're concerned, it is about sharing an old school mentality of what education is, combined with what is happening now, what is global and important now, where are the shifts happening, how is musical theatre changing? And I think the only way that you can really prepare your students for what they're going to experience when they are out there in the industry trying to make a career is to tell them what is happening, where these shifts are. You know, one of the things that's really important to us is that they understand the concept of show business, the business side of show business. How is it that you're going to see yourself as an entrepreneur, as somebody who's a brand, you know? So I guess those are things that I feel like we were never really taught. Well, certainly this is how ancient I am. But when I was studying, you know, one never sort of focused on things like the business of show business, you know, or simple things, how to do your tax as an actor, you know, and, you know, the more that we can help them understand these things so that they go into the industry and say, oh, yeah, no, sure, I know how to do this. I know if I'm should sign up as a salary earner or a freelancer. It's all that kind of stuff, you know, and I think that the more we're able to share that with people, and the great thing is we have colleagues and directors and friends from all over the world who in this day and age can pop onto a Zoom meeting and say, listen, guys, this is what's happening in New York. This is how it is in London. What is happening there in South Africa? So it's the marriage of old school and new trends.
Of course. tell me something. Give me a moment, please. Everyone who's just joined us, thank you for joining. We're chatting to Duane, Alexander, and Anton Luitingh, who head up LAMTA Academy, Musical Theatre Academy, down in Cape Town, Camps Bay. And we're chatting to them in our little segment called College Conversations and PlugInLIVE, finding out about different institutions around South Africa that offer performing arts training. Anyway, back to Duane and Anton. Guys, I want to ask you, okay, so I am now a prospective student, and I come to and I managed to get into LAMTA. Is there an audition process? Is it difficult? And what can, if I became a part of LAMTA, can I expect as a student? Or, you know, from the course?
Sure, of course. So I'll answer the first part of the question first. We do, of course, have an audition process because, like Anton said, we take 20 students per year maximum, you know. So ideally 10 boys, 10 girls, but it's the top 20 students that we feel have the most to offer and have you know, the best chances of like really excelling and making it in the industry. The industry is tough and it's not for everybody. And the reason we cap it is because we really feel that it is our ethical obligation to make sure that we are taking people who we believe will make it in the industry. You know, we don't just take anybody. So it is quite a commitment, obviously on their side. It's a financial commitment. It's a commitment of everybody in this building's time and talent. So, you know, we make sure that that relationship from the beginning is understood and that they are a good fit for LAMTA because, you know, we're a very small boutique, if I can call it a boutique academy. And so, yeah, you know, we must make sure that the dynamic is correct, you know, that everyone in here has got the same beautiful passion and work ethic and really hungry for it. Because if you kind of like, I'm not sure if I want to be a performer, you know, performing arts, then we kind of like, then it's probably not for you because, you know, and by the same token, if somebody's like, well, I do kind of have one other thing in my life that I might want to do with my life, we go like, do that because, you know, first of all, you'll probably make more money and be, you know, a little more stable in terms of finances and stuff, although that's also a little bit of a fallacy. But, you know, if there's something else you're good at and it will be an easier life for you, let's be honest, because being in the performing arts, is quite, it's difficult. You know, it's really takes somebody who's got passion and dedication and knows that there is no other choice for them. They want to be in theatre because that is just who they are. It's part of their being. It's, you know, they were born for it. So, so we first will make sure that those are the people that we have in this building. So our audition process is a couple of monologues, a couple of songs, a dance class, and then a very, quite an intensive interview process, you know, where we really try and, you know, get under their skin and find out who they are, what makes them tick.
Yeah, I mean, I think also, you know, once you're in the course, what you can expect is a very tight-knit, close family of people who you can absolutely trust 100% to open up and, you know, expose your talents and, you know, really feel like this is a place that's a home away from home. I think one of the testimony to this place that we often love about it is that people don't want to leave. The students don't want to leave. We've got to kick them out and say, go home, get out of the studio, go and rest. You know, they just love this environment. And, you know, for us, things like the mental health of a student, treating them like a human being, allowing the new generation of students to tell their South African stories, to compose, to write, to not just be told what to do and how to perform, but to be creative. I think that is an environment that's really important to us and one that we nurture. And that's why we stay small. This is a familial place where you know that in your 3 years, you're not just a number. You're somebody really important to us who we care about, who we're going to mentor. And I think the thing that most of our students feel is that in every lecture they come here, they have a friend, a mentor, somebody they can trust. And that allows them to really just open up and be who they're meant to be.
Yeah, and we get the best work out of them in that way. And we also can give to them in the best way possible. So, you know, there are a couple of reasons that we keep it small and we keep it, sort of at a very high level. And, you know, like Anton said, we're only going into our 3rd year next year. So we have no track record to speak of just yet. But, you know, that Anton and I have been doing this for a long time, 20 years in the industry. You know, and with our musical theatre workshop, which is kind of the baby brother of LAMTA, you know, we've been nurturing and grooming and trying to uplift skills of musical theatre performers in the country for, you know, a long time. And so we feel we have a lot to offer. We have had amazing opportunities working on great shows with the best choreographers and directors and casts, you know, and we want to just kind of like, this is our opportunity to, you know, gather a really tight faculty, a really world-class faculty and share that information and that knowledge with the next generation, because that is the future of our business, isn't it, Wes? These are the students that are going to be sitting and doing a talk like we are in 20 years time. Like, I remember when.
I mean, but I just want to add, you guys, a huge thanks again to Plugin, and I think it's absolutely brilliant what you're doing here. Is I think people need to realize that there is a space for everybody. I think it's really important that students go and explore these facilities, go into them. It's like finding an agent. Go into the place, look around, see what it feels like, talk to the people, say, I love the space. Oh, I don't feel so great here. Meet the people. I mean, I love the fact that Alyssa worked with us recently as our stage manager, and she's got all these other ideas. And hats off to you guys for reaching out, and a huge thank you from our side for having us here today.
Thank you so much. Before you go, please tell us how we can get hold of you.
Sure, absolutely. So our email address is really simple. It's simple because it's info@lamta.co.za. So lamta.co.za. Our website also gives you a whole host of information and a couple of click buttons to directly contact us, and that's www.lamta.co.za. So that's LAMTA, Luitingh Alexander Musical Theatre Academy. Just also Instagram is a very easy way to directly message us and just ask or find out more.
Would that be on this specific handle, lamta.live?
Yes, so the LAMTA Academy is our official Instagram account. If the one that we're on now. So if you're listening to this chat and you want to know more, just click on the button and you'll get taken to our profile, and you can send us a direct message there, or through email, or through our website. So whatever works for you.
Love you too, Alyssa.
Such lovely messages.
Anyway, guys,
it's so difficult to concentrate between and all the comments,
reading
and hearts.
And comments, yes, everyone's so lovely. And there's Alyssa writing down at LAMTA Academy, your handle for the social. Duane and Anton, thank you so much for being with us tonight and saying yes and having a chat about LAMTA. I hope that...
Thanks, Wes. Thank you.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye to you so that we can get rid of the lag, and take care of yourselves, darlings.
Thank you so much.
Lots of love.
Lots of love. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen that tuned into our little plug-in live, thank you so much for being part of it. We've said goodbye to Duane and Anton of LAMTA Academy. And if you want to get hold of LAMTA, they pique your fancy, you want to go there, you want to have a check out at what they do at Camps Bay, give them a follow and a DM on their Instagram and social media pages. Those are at LAMTA Academy. You can see Alyssa Jane Harrison put the handle in there. Forgive me. And also French Inks wrote info@lamta.co.za. That is their email address. If you want to email them and say, hey guys, please could I get the prospectus or a little bit of info, or organize something to go and have a look at LAMTA and see what they have to offer. If you want to be a performing artist in the musical theatre industry or the entertainment industry in South Africa. As a parent of LAMTA students, I can recommend LAMTA to any prospective students. Love them. Okay, everyone's sending love and hearts. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us here on College Conversations with PlugInLIVE. Join us next week when we speak to the Waterfront Theatre School. Darlings, take care of yourselves.